Welcome to Ready Set RC, and today we have the Hyper Go 1/14 scale 4-wheel drive. I won't keep this as an on-road car. It's probably better to call it an on-road and off-road car. I've seen these all over YouTube, all over the internet, and everything that I saw about this, I had to pick one up. I purchased this from Amazon. I believe it's going for like $180 US, and then you can get some kind of coupon on Amazon to get the price knocked down. But what we have in front of us today, the black flavor of this RC. So it comes in multiple different colors, couple different bodies. And when I saw the all black one of this, I had to pick it up. So I'm going to say first, guys, this thing is packaged up nicely. Here we have the 2.4 gigahertz controller, foam wheel, forward, reverse, on-off switch right here. And the on-off switch actually has a 70%. Now, let me see if I can get that up for you guys to see it. It has a 70% and 100% for the throttle limiter on it right there. That's really nice. You have your steering trim right here. There's nothing to flip up, a lanyard spot right. I've removed the screw for the battery lid. It's not really needed. It does hold in fine. Remove that there. And it's going to take 2 AA's down below. Very basic controller, nothing to write home about. It'll do the job for your simple runs. It looks like the car comes with 3 different sets of wheels. You have the set that come on the car. You have these, which are clearly for drifting. It looks like these will be for off-road. A little bit more of an aggressive tread and definitely firmer. So that's why I said this car is considered all-road, because it goes on-road, off-road, and drift. Kind of nice. You get some screws and some springs for your shock. You get a charger for the battery, some basic tools, and some body pins. And you get a 2S 2000 mAh LiPo pack. I'm trying to see if I see the C rating. If anyone knows the C rating of the provided LiPo pack, let me know. Comes with a Dean's connector on there. But let me know if you guys know, if anyone knows, just put in the comments what the C rating is on the battery pack, because I don't see that anywhere on the pack. And what you guys came here to see, which is the car. I took off the clips down below. Let's see what comes in the packaging. Looks like a very basic guide for the screws on the car. And then the instruction manual for the Hyper Go 1/14 scale. Some basic instructions on how to set up the car on your first run, battery assembly into the controller, LiPo pack charging, and then some 3D renders of the car itself if you have to do any work to the car. But let's get the car out, guys. This is what you came here to see. And as I mentioned earlier, as you guys can see, I got the all black edition. I know it comes with some different colors, some different flavors, but I wanted to get the all black one, guys. This is the one I wanted. It has a good weight in the hands too. It does not feel like a light and flimsy car. Has a good weight. Let me get the stand out and get that in front of you. So here we are, guys, with this little beauty. Shocks feel very smooth. Let's get this shell off. I know the shell has a lot of LEDs going on in here. LEDs up here in the front, LEDs in the rear. Let's get the shell off. There probably is some tethering to it, but let's see if we can get this thing off. Screen body, doesn't feel bad. As I mentioned, a lot of LEDs. I also missed one because we have LEDs also up here on the roof. Feels fairly good in the hands. I mean, it's an on-road body, on-road, off-road body. Feels pretty good. I think it looks amazing. But it feels really good in the hands. Let's get to the car. And we have a protective shield for dirt, grime, whatever. That's held on with 3 body pins. Let's get these off. protective shield. Let's see how much dirt and grime it protects, but Select Sand feels good. Oh, I didn't know. This is nice. This is a nice touch. As I said, I just ordered it. I didn't even look at everything that it came with, guys. I just ordered it. I liked it, and good to know. Got a second LiPo battery pack that comes along with it. And this looks like it'll fit your normal shorty packs that you can get, 2S, 3S packs. And I know this ESC is capable of holding 3S, so we'll talk about that as we go through the car. But it's good to know you get a second LiPo pack with the car. These tires definitely more for on-road. The tread is a little bit less aggressive than this set that I showed you earlier. The wheel hexes on this car are 12 millimeters. So if you're able to find tires and wheels that have a diameter of 56 millimeters, you should be able to swap that out on this car with no issues. Going from the front to the back, the composite skid plate up in the front with a nice foam bumper. Looks like the body mounts are fixed, so there's no adjustments for the body in the front. So if you're looking to put other bodies on here outside of what typically comes with these cars, you're probably going to be a little bit challenged, but there's no adjustments to the front body post. For the shocks, we have composite bodies, but we have anodized aluminum shock caps. They are oil filled. They feel pretty good, guys. I know this shock right here was seized up when I first took it out of the box. I gave it a little nudge and it's perfectly fine now. Looks like we have CVD type drive shafts in the front and also in the rear. No adjustments for camber and toe in the front. Yeah, no adjustments for camber or toe in the rear either. We have a nice composite shock tower in the front. I don't see any adjustments for the shocks in the front. And it appears I don't see any adjustments for the shocks in the rear either. As for the steering, we have a aluminum Ackerman bar, but from what I'm seeing, there's another long tie rod, non-adjustable, that goes from the steering assembly all the way to the servo, which is mounted over on the driver's side of the car. Aluminum hinge pin retainers in the front of the car and also in the rear. I'm seeing a slight kick up in the front of the chassis of the car. The chassis is a 6061 aluminum chassis and it's 2.5 millimeters thick. Pretty durable for a car at this price point. This car comes with metal gears and metal differentials and ball bearings throughout the car. Aluminum center drive shaft on this car. There is also a bearing that is, I don't know if I would say that's directly in the center, but it looks pretty close. You have a bearing right here, and I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to pick that up on the camera, but there's a bearing right here, and that's going to help with any wobble the center drive shaft is going to give, sitting right into the center of the center drive shaft. And with an anodized aluminum tower-to-tower brace, and then has a composite diffuser off of the rear of the car. And we have a 45 amp ESC, and that's paired to a 2845 3900 kV 4-pole brushless motor. The power system in this car is capable of running 2S and 3S. As for the servo, we're looking at a 17 kilogram servo, more than enough to move around these little tires on this car. We also have installed on this car is a gyro. I just can't explain everything that they're packing into this car for 180 bucks. And as I said, you're pretty much going to be able to get a coupon on Amazon at the time of this video that will lower the price. But for $180 for everything that you're getting on this, it's pretty much, in my opinion, it's a steal. The battery tray on this car, it affixes with Velcro. So you have a Velcro strap that goes, I would say, north to south, and then you have another one that's going east to west on the car. You have a fan on the motor, another fan on the ESC. This is where I was talking about before. You're going to have your gyro, and they recommend to set the gyro to 70-75%, just lowering it just enough so that you're not getting any wheel wobble or anything else going on. I really like the first impressions of this car and everything that I'm seeing. The dampening on the shocks feels good, guys. Feels really good. I can't wait to get this thing out. For my first impressions of this car and seeing it for the first time, what would I have liked to have seen on this car? I mean, even at this price point of $180, I probably would have liked to have seen it with hex hardware. I know, most cases, some of these lower priced RCs, you're going to get the Phillips screws, and the Phillips screws are going to be a little soft at times, and you're going to round them out. So I would like to have seen hex hardware throughout this car. I think that's going to be my only knock that I have until I take this out for its first time. But everything else, I'm impressed with it. I'm impressed with the build, the feel of this car, the fact it comes with 2 LiPo packs, the LEDs, probably maybe a little bit less LEDs I would have seen because I'm not a huge LED person, but the LEDs is a plus. 3 sets of tires for this car, perfect. I love that too as well. The fit, the finish, everything feels good on this. I mean, I'm truly impressed with what I see from the Hyper Go. So what's next for the Hyper Go? We're gonna stick a 2S pack in it. We're gonna see how this car performs. Then we'll stick a 3S pack for that same run and see how the 3S performs on this car. But that's up for the next video, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check us on Instagram for the latest updates to the channel. This is MJX RC, signing out. Thanks again, guys.